Peace,
prosperity.
love. Assalamu alaikum. What you said?
Nothing.
Oh, you said one of your ad libs. Alright. So, alright. So, how was your day? How was the last 2 days? Cause we was off
Last
for
2
2 days.
days. Bro. Oh, yesterday I didn't work. Today I work. Yeah, I had work earlier though. Like it's how you explain it. It's different. Like shit.
I know it's different shifts, and I also know that when you're not doing one job, you're doing
Yeah.
another job, which I have to say that I'm proud of you for. You sticking to it, trying to focus and be disciplined, and
Right.
that I'm gonna applaud you for. Me though, stop
What you
looking
mean?
at the camera. Talk to me,
I'm not even looking at the
cause then
camera.
the mic gets better. What you looking at? The
I was
memories
just
on the
zoned
wall.
out. Like, but
You was zoned out.
yeah,
See
I
now,
was. I'm listening. Like that's how I listen though. Like
so you zoned
I
out.
gotta. I gotta zone into something to hear everything that's coming in. Like
So what did
I
you hear?
think that's. I think that's just ADHD. Like
You think you got
my
ADHD?
attention span is small, so like I gotta lock in on one thing to really lock in. If that
Yeah.
makes sense. Like if I'm not locking in on one thing, my mind gonna be all over the place. Like if I look this way, thinking about the light. If I look this way, I'm thinking about
Yeah, I'm like that too. So maybe you got it from me.
yeah,
I can't sit down for long. I gotta be doing something. So in order to, not do anything negative, I gotta be doing something. So I'll do something positive. Hopefully, inshallah,
right,
that's what I do. But um, my mind wanders all the time. Sometimes I gotta tell people, because one thing that people know, and you're right here to say that, like, if you tell me something that you want to get done, it's gonna drive me crazy if I don't at least make the initial steps towards us getting that
right,
done, right? So I'm gonna jump out there, just like the podcast. You said you want to do a podcast with me. I said, all right. Every day you probably thought I was crazy. I bring a ring light in one day, next day a soundboard, put the microphones together. I bought four wireless mics at $17 a piece. Never used them. I don't even know where two of them is. I wish so I could get that $34 back. But nonetheless, got a microphone in the other room that I lost the box that we can't use. But the point of the matter is, when it was all said and done, I had it lit up in the other room, and I said, "Let's go."
right.
Right. So, that is funny that you said that. You know, get into get into it, get into the work before you fall back and don't do the work or things like that.
Right.
Which leads us to today's hadith. This hadith is narrated by Al Tirmidhi, and the hadith outlines the story of Bedouin, a man who was leaving his camel without tying it. So Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, peace and blessings be upon him, asked the man, "Why don't you tie down your camel?" The brother Bedouin answered him, "I put my trust in Allah." And the Prophet replied, "Tie your camel first and then put your trust in Allah."
Right.
So you can't just put your camel down and don't tie it down and
And
trust in Allah and expect for that camel not to walk away,
right.
not to be ridden away,
Somebody to not
taken
steal
from
it.
you, steal it.
Right.
It's just like when you go to the mall. If you don't unlock, you could trust in the law all you want. You leave that car unloaded, whatever you got in the dashboard and whatever, it's
Right.
getting taken. You can trust the law all you want to. Oh, I trust the law. I ain't gonna just press the button and lock the car door. Go in there and get a pair of Jordans.
It still get taken if it's locked. So
Yeah,
yeah.
but you lock your door first,
Right. Yeah.
right? You know, that also falls into the line of us Muslims, right?
Right.
We got a lot of super religious people, and this is a non-judgment zone, right? But the truest part of faith is in the family, to me, right? Because half of your religion is to be married,
Right.
right? Also, you got to take care of your family. You can't study the Quran and Sunnah all day in the masjid and believe in Allah and your family gets fed.
Right.
You gotta tie your camel. You gotta do the work,
Right.
right?
Right.
How do you interpret that? Uh, because you can't keep on. You know what I'm gonna start doing?
I think
I'm
you
gonna
just
start
talk too
going
much.
first.
I think you just talk too
So
much.
say something.
Like you'll take the whole depths of
I take
the
all the answers.
not all the answers, but you explain it well. Like from a good from a listener standpoint, I feel like you explain it well. Like, but I will
What you
give
got?
my thoughts. I take that in. I take that just like you know, like you could put your faith in Allah so much or in God so much, but like you still have to work towards something that you want to happen. Like, or even if it's something that you don't want to happen, like you're trying to prevent it from happening. You still have to take those precautions before you can say like, oh, okay, you know, my faith is in Allah, He got me, or you know, this that. Before you can even say things like that, you have to make sure like you're in line before you could just say that. Like before you can say, oh, Allah got me. My faith is in God. You know, everything is in His hands.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Mashallah.
Before you can say anything, you have to
Subhanallah.
make sure you know your your actual person is doing what needs to be done. Like you said, taking the steps to make whatever happen.
Mhm.
So that's
You
how
gotta take the steps.
that's how I think of
You know, you know what? I just thought of one. I just thought of another hadith that's going to drag us on out into. It's on along the lines of this. Um, kind of, sort of. So I want to look it up first, but let me see. Say something, Amar. Basically, I don't want to say it wrong because the one thing about us, like we not scholars, we not, but we are Muslim and we
right.
Muslim first,
Right.
right?
Right.
And a Muslim always has to speak the truth, even if it's against themselves,
Right.
right?
Definitely.
So we not gonna waste no time and not teach the people the little bit that we know,
Right.
right? So talk about something while I look this up. I'm gonna give y'all a clue and let me see, cause you actually are supposed to be better than this from the first few episodes.
But you
Your
this the thing,
Generation
though.
Z.
You
gonna keep blaming
you
me
have
for
a
taking
map.
over everything.
You have a map of what you want to do in your head. I don't know what you're thinking.
All right. So
Like just say you come downstairs, you say,
yeah,
Mark,
tell them that while I'm doing.
Mark, come on.
How does
Let's
this,
do the
how does
pod.
this
Let's do the
pod go?
pod. Let's do this. I got a topic. You probably have your whole map thought out. Man, there's nothing wrong with that. Like you probably have something that you or you want to hear something from me, or whatever whatever the case may be. But it's like I don't know what that map looks like, so I can't just like I'm still trying to go along with your map as well, not just all right, nah, this is this, because I already know you have something in your head type. If that makes sense, like so, kind of just be letting you you know.
Yeah, you be
But
letting me.
if you're like overly stepping like or overstepping, I'm gonna like. I don't feel like you do that though. I just, I mean, it'd be excitement. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Type
So
shit. Oh God.
I all right. Okay. So I got it. I mean, I know this already, but I want to know where it came from. And you know what? I'ma say it, and then whoever sees this video in the comments, because we need y'all to like, comment, and subscribe.
Type shit. Oh God.
Like, comment, and subscribe, man.
Type shit. Oh
I
God.
mean, we doing all right. You want me to tell you some numbers?
I don't. Just
Do,
read the thing.
no,
like,
I don't want to read it.
or say it. Like,
All right. When a Muslim is doing something haram and another Muslim sees them, unlawful, bad for them, you know, um, bad habits, haram habits,
right.
illegal stuff. Do you know this? What I'm about to say?
I'm waiting.
All right. So there's 3 ways that a Muslim
Oh yeah. I know.
is supposed to stop. You know?
Yeah, I know.
Say it. Perfect timing. Go for it.
So first, dang, I gotta make sure I really know it though.
You want it in order?
You hate it?
No.
My fault. Then go ahead.
The
I don't know
first
it.
thing you gotta do is try and stop it with
Oh
your
yeah,
hands.
stop it with your hand, then with your mouth, and then you hit it in your heart, right?
Right.
Right.
Now, hating it with your heart, right, is what?
I mean, like, not literally hating that person, but
No, hating their actions.
yeah, hating their action. Yeah,
and
like
taking precautions because of it.
right. Yeah,
Right. So hating
for
it in
yourself
your
too, not
heart,
just
the end, because there's always an end part, right?
right.
Every hadith is always gonna have an end part.
Right.
So the end part of that is if you just hate it in your heart, it's the weakest of the faith. The
Right.
weakest Muslims will just say, I'm turning my back on that person and I'm not going to try and stop them.
Right.
I'm just going to hate it.
Right.
And I'm never going to hang out with them.
Right.
Or I'm never going to do this. And you can save that person's life.
Right.
You can save that person from addiction.
Right.
You can save that person from doing bad deeds. Right?
Right.
Right.
You know, and
Go.
That's
I'm
actually
hype.
crazy.
I'm hype. Let's
Chill,
go.
don't get too hyped.
Talk
but
to
like,
me.
But like, I had a conversation with my friend with
Just
certain friend, a friend that we talk about a lot. I don't want
shout
to
out. Shout
out the friend.
What's their name? Shout out to the friend.
Yeah. Or
I don't know what that was. But go ahead. You
but
know
nah, a friend that has like a lot of. I hope you know who I'm talking about.
Go, just go. I'm gonna give them a nickname.
But basically, this certain friend, from outside looking in, it would probably seem like he is probably lazy or he probably don't do certain things for his life.
Go ahead.
Right. And I'm actually glad, like, since we're talking about this topic, it just made me think.
Are they a subscriber?
Yes, actually, yes.
You better hurry up if you did.
Yes.
Actually, they did right in front of my face. Them and their sister. Go ahead. I'm telling you, I know who it is.
Touch on God. But anyway, so in my my side quests, or whatever. Cause I'm not gonna lie, like sometimes I go, or say if I go DoorDash, like I can't do that by myself. Like
Right.
if I'm driving, nah, you go get the order twin, or like like so I have it with me or something like that. I can't do that by myself, but just like I'd rather not if I'm gonna be doing it all day.
Yeah. Why not have
But
some company?
exactly. Like so so I'm in the car with him. It's like not for nothing. Like I said on the pod, like if I can't talk to you, like we that like I don't need to be friends with you. But vice versa, like if you feel like you can't talk to me, what's the point? Like friends are supposed to be able to help each other build, or
Mhm.
especially being this young, like y'all all probably clueless in life, like not clueless, but you get what I'm trying to say. That
We
y'all,
are?
I'm talking about being young,
Okay.
you know?
So you
But
said y'all.
I'm saying
You
like
talking about Gen
as
Z. Go ahead.
as a young person in life growing up, you're probably clueless to a lot of the things that happens to you.
Right.
So it's like, but yeah. Anyways, with that being said, like it relates to this topic because I was telling him like you said, taking precautions to the steps that this taking the steps. Doing the steps that you want.
Take
I
your
just
time. Take your
yes,
time.
yes, yes, yes. Taking the right precautions to move your life in the direction you want it to go. There you go.
Tying your camel.
Right, tying your camel. So I was kind of basically not in this direct sense, but I'm talking to him about his life and like my life because it's like not for nothing. We kind of are not on a similar, but like I could definitely see a lot of the things. Like I can see his brain and a lot of the things he go through with
Right.
me knowing how it feels. Kind of, if that makes sense. Like so, it's like me being his friend. I know what he go through. It's like I, it's not up to me, but it's like I feel like I should be the person to say something. You know.
Mhm.
So I'm talking to him about uh taking the right steps, the right precautions, like and not. And the thing is, when I talk to him about certain stuff, it's like I really be talking to myself too. Like that's why I be able to talk about certain stuff so well because it's like I'm really talking to myself. Like you need to do this, like you need to do that, but really I'm trying to tell myself like you need to do that too. Like, but that's really why that's it. Just triggered this in my head. Like I'm in the car telling him like, yo, because not for nothing, like I'm sure he probably thinks about that. I'm sure he probably knows this, but it's like maybe you do need to hear from somebody else that's probably going through the same thing or probably has the same like not mindset because I don't want to say I got the same mindset as this one, but probably I don't know, just but yeah, that just made me think of about that. I was definitely that was just like yesterday, the day before. So
But you said something. So
yeah, I said something to him. So like, and what you just said, like hating in your heart, like not just holding off. Like I would have felt bad if I wouldn't have said nothing because it's like not for nothing. We kind of be going through the same thing too.
yeah.
So it's like it wouldn't feel right though. Like you get what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like,
It
but
be the
yeah,
same thing but different.
but different.
See,
Yeah, yeah.
see,
Not
look, this
directly
is
the
why you
same.
gotta try and stop it with your hands in your mouth. Because you might be able to tell them something, right?
Right,
That saved you from that.
right,
And now that's not your problem.
right.
This is your problem. And they probably can help you with that.
Exactly,
But if
exactly,
you just
exactly,
hating it in your heart, then you just leaving them on an island by themselves dealing with that situation,
exactly. Right,
right? So that's why the hating it in your heart is the weakest of
right,
the faith. So yeah, you Muslim, but you ain't really doing nothing for the betterment of the ummah, the brotherhood, when you
right,
just hating it in your heart because you leaving the other people behind.
right. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Because
And
what you
I'm
want for your
I'm
brother, you
very
want for yourself. We
I'm
all want prosperity. Type shit. My fault. But go
I
ahead.
don't know what you were saying,
What you want for your brother, you want for yourself.
but we all want
Like
prosperity
we all
or
want to prosper in
oh yeah, I
life.
thought you said we all want one
No, we
prosperity
all want to prosper in
because I
life.
I don't
Mate,
know
we all
one
want prosperity.
prosperity.
That's not how you use
We
the
all
term.
want prosperity,
That's
not
what I said.
one.
That's what I
The
said. We
number
all
one.
want prosperity.
Okay. I just didn't know how much the number one prosperity cost.
I didn't say one. I said want.
I know. So
Type shit. Oh God.
yeah, but hating in your heart, and I'm always and I've always been sensitive to that, especially with y'all young guys. Most of the time y'all see me, you see me with Amar and his at the masjid, Amar and his friends, or at the game, Amar and his friends. I have few brothers that understand me for me,
Right.
and I rock with them.
Right.
Right? If you don't understand me for me and you think this or think that because of my tattoos or this or that or whatever the case may be, then I ain't for you.
Right.
Hate me from your hate it with your heart over there.
Right.
Cause I'm okay over here.
Right.
I understand me and I understand what. You got something?
No.
Cause I'm hyped.
I
You
can't
got a
say
lot.
that. I can't say that.
You can't say what?
I can't say that. Continue.
Wow. All right. But that's just it. You know,
But
I'm a steep.
I'm glad you just said that though, because not for nothing, that's kind of how like I look, like I think about a lot of things, like if you don't, if you're not not just saying like my plan is the best plan, or my visions are the best visions, but if you're not on board with helping me with my visions, or you know like not helping me with my vision, because not saying, oh, I need help or this and the third, but if you're not, because this is the thing, like people act like it's like a favor, like to help somebody, like not saying because not for nothing, like if you weren't there, like they're still gonna have to do it, right or wrong, like
Right.
so maybe your help could have just been what they needed. Not saying that they just needed it, but you get what I'm saying? Like, it could have been the little boost, or even my help to somebody else could have been their little boost. Like what I said to him in the car, like, he was like, dang, bro, like, I don't even be, like, it's crazy, like, I don't even be thinking about, well, he'd be thinking about it, but it's like, I said that so messed up. I can't even go back from that. But he was like, dang, bro, that's crazy. Like, I don't even know, like, you be going through it like that. So it's like, for you to say that, it's like, dang. And he was like, dang, like, but yeah, like, it could change somebody's whole perspective. Like,
Because
you're
there's
saying.
somebody else that's going through what they're
Right.
going through.
But it don't have
Or
to be a physical
has.
help. It could be words. It could be
Yeah,
knowledge. Exactly.
definitely.
Like,
It don't got to be
that's what I'm saying.
physical.
So if you're
It don't have to be financial.
right,
It could just be your words.
right, exactly.
That's why even in Islam, this is crazy because we're going to have this type of pod. And
Right.
it's awesome. Words
Right,
could be charity.
right,
Just saying good morning to
Right.
somebody. You don't know how that could change somebody's day.
exactly right.
Just by saying good morning. You know?
For real though.
But
Like,
you ain't got to say much.
you don't have to say
Open
much.
the door.
Literally, that's so crazy, because literally today I was going to work and I was like, dang, this dude, I stopped at the gas station. This dude, he was opening the door for everybody. I'm like, dang, like, and I'm just seeing him. He probably wants something, but it's like, it's just like, I'm thinking too literal, but he was really opening the door for everybody. Like, I'm like, dang, he out here and nobody acknowledging him. But it's like, he's really out here opening the door for everybody. But it's like, and I had one over there, gave him a little,
Don't say
$1. $1.
Yeah, but you ain't got to say that.
Yeah.
But we don't know who he is, so shout out to him.
Well, shout out to him. You never know, like, what people could do for you. And I feel like in this generation, people minds be so, like, closed off. Like, I gotta do this. I gotta do it myself, or I gotta, that's not how people prosper. Like, because at the end of the day, we are all people. Like, we're all a mankind still. Like, we're all a unit technically. Like, we're all humans. Like, you're human, I'm a human. Go upstairs. Zola's upstairs. She's a human. Caden's a human.
Shout out to Zola.
Like, but yeah, like, we're all a mankind. So how do we expect to prosper if we gonna all do it alone? If that makes sense, like,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, there's no.
Not saying everybody does that alone, but
there's no success without some type of teamwork and some type of help. Right. It's a village. It takes a village to raise a kid, a child, right? So that means that one person can't do it by themselves. You know what I'm saying? All of this. I
Right.
got a saying. It's gonna be corny. I know the kids always they say it's corny, right? But I tell them, especially over here, right? You got me, you got Zola, you got Amar, Amal, Caden, right? This is the hand. This is 5 of us. All the fingers is going in different directions, right? We can't get nothing done like this, right? But together, when we balled up a fist, we could tear some shit up.
Right.
Type shit on God.
Type shit on God.
I said that right?
Type shit.
Type shit on God.
Type shit.
What?
Nothing.
I'm, you know, um, oh, every time we get in front of this microphone and sit here and talk, you know what I'm saying? Cause we just had a pre-show conversation where we had to change the whole show around, right?
Yeah.
And that time will come. That's how I look at it.
It will.
That
though.
time will come.
But like, I feel like it's just too like personal, like for me to actually speak on the situation for the situation.
That's because you're too real to actually be able to throw it out there without throwing it out there yet. And just think about that.
Maybe.
Yeah, I get it because the subject don't got nothing to do with nothing, really.
Right.
But you still can personalize it, right? Like there was a situation, you know, I be in a group chat, and sometimes people be in arguments, and a person be like 20 people in there, but like a person will internalize it, and it's not even their argument, but they internalize it and they take it on as their challenge. And then next thing you know, they lashing out on the person. You be like, "Where the hell he came from?"
Right. Because they
Where she
felt
came
that though,
from?
like,
'Cause they
dang,
felt
that's
it.
it. They probably exactly. They feel.
Shout out to the group chats. Sometimes people hate that I'm in those, but you know, I'm cool with being in them because at the end of the day, I get to learn so many different people from so many aspects of the world, and especially in them troll groups. Shout out to the troll groups. There's no food in the troll groups. So, like, what I mean by that?
Yeah.
What I mean by that is, in social media, you could be whoever you want to be until somebody figures out who you really are.
Oh yeah, true.
Right?
Definitely.
So the troll groups make you have to be real.
Yeah. But see,
Like-
like I feel like you should want to be real.
Yeah,
That's
of
another
course.
thing. That's another thing. We could speak on that.
Speak
Like
on what?
this generation and like the facade, like you say, like you can be whoever you want to be on the internet.
Right.
But people, a lot of the times choose not to be themselves, like not to be like who you was made to be. Like, not this doesn't go out for nobody. Like this is not to nobody.
But you've seen it happen.
Yeah, I've seen it happen multiple times.
Mhm.
Like, but yeah, and I feel like if everybody was to just be themselves in the world, everything would be a lot smoother, a lot. Cause you got people dying that don't gotta die just cause he didn't want to be himself. Like, you got people
In
get what I'm saying?
jail right now.
In jail right now
Because
just
they had to slide for their friend.
That's not what I'm
That's why you pointing at me.
no,
They was
because
being
that's-
somebody. I'm not saying no names. Shout out to them. It wasn't that, bro.
You're right.
But because they got to slide for this or slide for that, they not the slider.
Right.
They not the one to go and do that.
Right.
But now they feel like they got to do it and they got to pump up their chest, say it with their chest, and go do some dumb shit.
Right.
You understand? Because they gotta prove that they something they not.
Right. That's true.
I'm gonna get off this subject with one thing, especially on Umi's treasure. You know, Umi's treasure is named after Umi. We're all our mother's treasure. If y'all don't know that, that's what Umi is about. Umi means my mother in Arabic. When you say my mother, you're talking about your mother. So Umi's treasure means my mother. We are all our mother's treasure, and that's where Umi's treasure comes from. But I'm gonna leave this segment with this. So my mother used to tell me all the time, be yourself. Don't be out here being nobody else. Don't be out here faking. Because what happens is you get relaxed in that situation, whether it's a relationship, a
Right.
friendship, or whatever, and then you kick back and now you're not yourself,
Right.
right? And then that person, whether it's your homie or your lady, you know what I'm saying? She like, damn, what happened? You changed. But you ain't really changed. You just went back to being yourself.
Right.
So just be yourself.
Right.
And you deal with whatever, good,
In
bad,
all
or indifferent.
circumstances, like
Right.
that shit. Moral fight. You know, it's crazy.
You about to say one of my quotes? It
Yeah,
sound like
because
I'm hyped.
let me tell you though,
Go ahead.
because I actually took that because I didn't have a definition for that.
Moral fiber?
Yes, but you put the word on the definition type. Like I will always explain to people morals like Jaden. Like Jaden.
Shout out to Jay.
Shout out to Jaden. You can't talk to the same type of dude like like where their moral fibers is messed up. Like they 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 say this. I don't want to say too much, so I'm trying to. But they say this, and they really don't believe that. But no, they say this and end up turning back on it, or they say this and end up like, oh, I'll never hit on my girl, and end up doing it, or certain things like,
Yeah.
you feel me? It's like you can't like you looking at an image. You got to look at a person for really what he is. Like it all goes
He or she.
he or she.
Mhm.
Like it all goes back to being yourself. Like
Be yourself. You gotta be yourself.
Be
You gotta
yourself,
be
like-
true to yourself, right? And you have to be true to what you and what your moral
right,
fabric
not
is.
not the internet.
What your moral compass is. You can't say that you won't. I ain't gonna say that because I don't know. You can't say that you won't do something and then there's a circumstance that you would.
Right.
I don't really like to talk about things like, domestic violence.